Fafnir goes down. We're going to rotate in. Dodgy uses her ultimate. She gets 2. We're going to activate our 3, get some good damage. Chalk uses his hammer. We're going to activate our 2. We're able to get the pick onto the Mercury. We're going to use our ultimate to buy Osiris a little bit more time. We're going to activate our 3. We're able to connect onto 1. We're able to get a double kill. We're going to get the stun off. We're going to activate our 2. We're able to get a triple kill. Now it's just the Chalk left. We're keeping Dodgy alive. We throw out the 3. We miss our stun. Osiris is pretty weak. Unfortunately, he goes down. We're going to activate our 2. And we're able to get a quadra kill. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we're going to be playing the Bunny Bomber Aphrodite in mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, I think Aphrodite is probably one of the top tier mages just because her healing is absurd. She's very easy to counter if you have a good team and know how to dive her and build anti-heal. However, if you do not, it's almost a free win. So let's go ahead and jump into Aphrodite's kit. Aphrodite's 1, Kiss. Aphrodite blows a kiss to an allied god, making them her soulmate and giving them both increased movement speed. If it hits an ally, it has a reduced 1-second cooldown. If the kiss hits an enemy god, they are stunned, and Aphrodite's soulmate gets jealous, increasing their damage. Also, 70% of all mana regeneration by Aphrodite is restored to her soulmate. They're going to gain 8% movement speed at level 1, 20% movement speed at level 5. The jealousy damage increase is going to be 8% at level 1, 20% at level 5. The stun duration is 1 second, and the jealousy duration is 5 seconds. Aphrodite's 2, Back Off. Agitated by all of the attention, Aphrodite commands enemies to get away from her, doing damage around her, slowing them by 25% for 2 seconds, and knocking them back to 25 units away from her. If Aphrodite has a soulmate, an explosion originates on them as well, dealing the same damage as well as slowing enemies. If an enemy would be hit by both blasts, they will only be affected by the one originating from Aphrodite. The slow is going to be 25%. Aphrodite's 3, Lovebirds. Aphrodite calls forth a flock of beautiful doves that fly forward in an area in front of her. The doves circle around all enemies in the path, damaging enemies every 0.5 seconds for 3 seconds. Aphrodite and her soulmate also receive healing when cast. Aphrodite's ultimate, Undying Love. Aphrodite pledges undying love to herself and her soulmate. While this is active, her and her soulmate are invulnerable to all damage for a short duration. All crowd control effects are removed when activated. The invulnerability duration is 0.8 seconds at level 1 and 2 seconds at level 5. And finally, Aphrodite's passive, Center of Attention. Aphrodite gains 4 physical protections and 4 magical protections for each friendly god or enemy god within 70 feet of her. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1 we want to put a point to our 3, level 2 put a point to our 2, level 3 put a point to our 1, then we want to put another point to our 3 at level 4, point into our ultimate at level 5. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 3, max out our 2, max out our 1. We get dove pretty hard right here. We're going to activate our 2, we get cancelled out of it. We're going to activate our 2 now. We're going to use our Aegis to avoid the Whirlpool. And we do not receive a heal because we had our Aegis effective. Dodgy did a good job of counter diving their dive. Now that we're attached to Dodgy, we're just going to go ahead and clear this wave with our 3, throw Dodgy and ourselves a heal. Dodgy's going to dive onto the Mercury, we're going to activate our 2, get the back off damage, and Dodgy's able to clean up the Mercury. With Aphrodite, we really just want to sit in the back line, be attached to somebody, and cast our 3. Whenever our teammate dives an enemy, that's when we cast our 2. We started with Conduit Gem and Tier 1 of Rod of Tahuti. Conduit Gem just recently received a nerf. It is going to provide 25 magical power and 10 MP5. It has a passive that every second you gain a stack of arcane energy, causing your next damaging ability to deal an additional 2 true damage and remove all stacks. So right now we are at 20 stacks. Whenever we activate our 3 onto the wave, we're going to be dealing an additional 40 true damage to each minion. We have a pretty weak early game, so our main objective in the early game is to just survive. I think this Bunny Bomber skin is pretty cool. Pretty clean skin, if you ask me. I like her hair, how it's in pigtails, and she's got a little bit of pink on the end of them. And her staff looks pretty cool as well. Right now we're just farming up, trying to save up for some boots. We get the stun off, but we don't have any follow-up abilities. We were a little salty at the beginning of this game because the Uller did not help us secure red. I only have so much time per night to play and try to record a video for the next day, so it's not very fun whenever you see the game starting off pretty poorly. By Uller not helping us get red, we were not able to hit level 2 on the first wave, and we were at a little bit of a disadvantage. However, it looks like we were able to kind of recover from it.
No problem.
Dodgy dashes, we tried to use the back off, but she teleported too far away from us to where our back off did not get affected. I'm going to go ahead and hit the oracles, rotate back mid, and try to clear this wave. We do have enough money for boots, so we are going to want to back and pick those up in just a moment. However, we're probably going to stick around for another wave because we don't want to miss any gold or XP. If we were to back, we would miss some gold and XP. Uller says first time on in a year. Well, that explains why he didn't help us with the red.
You're not getting away.
We're going to go ahead and back, and we're going to be picking up the cooldown boots. Even though Conduit Gem received a nerf, I think it's still the best magical starter item. We definitely don't want to be going Vampiric Shroud with Aphrodite. I could see an argument for the Sands of Time. If we could upgrade that to the one that revives us if we die, that could be helpful. However, it doesn't have as much early game pressure as the Conduit Gem, and then the upgraded starter item, the one that revives you, it takes a 10-minute cooldown to be able to be revived. We get the stun. We're in a little bit of trouble. Chalk's here. We're going to use our ultimate, but it does not matter. A lot just happened right there. We used our ultimate while we were in the air, so we can't CC immune the knockup effect if we're already in the air. We kind of burned our ultimate while hanging out in the air, and whenever we landed, we just ate a lot of damage. A little bit of a misplay by us. We should not have been that aggressive on Poseidon. However, we have learned our mistake, and we are not going to die again. This game is a bit of a slow burner, but once we get to the late game, we really start picking it up and dealing some relevant damage. As you saw from the intro clip, we did get a quadra kill, which feels pretty good. I think this is the first time I got a quadra kill on Aphrodite.
Be right back. That's too bad. Your middle tower is under attack. On my way. Be careful, middle. On my way.
Looks like they have a chalk support, which is interesting to say the least. We're going to go ahead and clear the minions. Rotate to the left, Harpies. They are not there. In the early game, we want to hit the Harpies whenever our jungler can help us get them. However, we can't really solo them by ourselves without burning a lot of mana and taking a lot of damage. Now that we have our boots online, we're starting to get to a point where we want to start looking for some of these side camps. We went with Aegis as our relic. If we take a look at their team composition, we knew we'd be going against Poseidon. Poseidon's ultimate is troublesome, so we picked up Aegis. Poseidon was in left, so we're going to rotate over. We're going to immediately look to connect with this Osiris, heal him, and hang out in the back line. We don't want to run in and try to fight two people by ourselves.
You're having a perfect day at the plate.
Mercury's here. We're going to stun him. Activator 3, Activator 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the Mercury.
Enemy missing middle.
So our 3 is pretty much full clearing the wave, at least the archers. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our red buff. I feel like Aphro is an easy character to play. You just walk up to wave, cast your 3, in the early game you activate your 2, and then you just fall back. You've done your job. You're not looking to be super aggressive, you're just looking to survive and heal your teammates. We're going to throw the heal onto the Osiris, kind of wiggle around, get the stun, activate our 2. We hear Mercury ult. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. That's able to immune the Chalk ultimate. We're going to use our knockback. We use our Aegis to avoid the Poseidon damage. We survive. They're all pretty weak. We're just going to keep healing up. We're kind of low on mana, but we did pop a mana potion. Dodgy goes in. Is able to get the pick onto the Poseidon. She uses her ultimate. We're going to use our 3, use our 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the Chalk. We're about 400 gold short of being able to pick up a Rod of Tahuti. We're going to go ahead and heal the Dodgy, rotate back mid. We have our other mana potion pop. So we are going to stick around until we can get the tier 3 Rod of Tahuti.
Good luck. Have fun. I'm going jungle ball.
The magic number is 2450, and that's what we're looking for.
Gank right lane. Ultimate is ready. Attack right lane.
I need the jungle buff.
Attack.
Got you.
After we clear red buff, we're going to clear one more wave and then back for Rod of Tahuti.
Okay.
We're going to pick up Rod of Tahuti. Rod of Tahuti is going to provide us 140 magical power, 35 MP5, and 10% magic penetration. It has a passive that basic attacks and abilities gain 25% additional magical power against targets below 50% health. This will also affect Aphrodite's heals. So if we have an ally below 50% health, the heal is going to receive an additional 25% of our magical power. Rod of Tahuti is a good first item on Aphrodite because it enhances her heal, and it also provides her 35 MP5, so now we don't really need to worry about mana anymore because we have a lot of mana regeneration.
Gotcha, fam.
Oops. Sorry. I'm on it.
Enemy missing middle.
Yes. Cancel that. Tower is under attack. Enemy ultimate.
We missed the stun.
You rock.
So if we kiss an allied god, it's going to be a 1-second cooldown. If we try to get an enemy god, or if we just miss our kiss, it's going to be a longer cooldown.
Enemy missing right.
Gank left on my way.
We're going to rotate towards the Osiris. Looks like he needs a little bit of help. Unfortunately, he goes down. We're going to go ahead and hit these harpies.
Retreat middle lane. Retreat left lane.
They're able to secure the Greater Scorpion.
I knew this would come in handy. On my way.
We're going to rotate to the Uller, try to help him out.
An ally has been
Chronos
slain.
is able to clean him up. We get the stun onto the Chronos. He uses his beads to avoid the 3. We're just going to fall back.
An enemy has
I
been
need the
slain.
jungle buff.
Your left tower is under attack. Okay.
Connect to the dodgy, throw a heal. That's essentially our job as Aphrodites, to just keep healing allies, occasionally go for a pick.
Enemy missing middle.
Right now we only have 10% cooldown reduction. We are definitely going to want to get a few items that have cooldown reduction. The faster and more often we can use our abilities, the better off we're going to be. We get the stun, but all of our abilities are on cooldown, so it's kind of a pointless stun.
Oh, your teammate struck out looking. 5 home runs.
We're just farming, just trying to stay alive, keep level, get a few items online. Once the team fights really start going off, that's when we're going to be able to make a big impact. Another stun missed. A 3 missed. We're all over the place. We miss our kiss onto the Osiris. He ulted over it. I'm going to throw out our heal. Just heal the Uller. We are typically going to want to be attached to one of our frontliners, or maybe our assassin since it's dodgy and she has a lot of dive. We get the kiss onto the Poseidon. We get some good damage onto him. We take him below half health. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We thought we were attached to Uller. Unfortunately, we were not. Dodgy's in there. We're going to attach to Dodgy. Throw a heal. We are positioning ourselves behind all of them. We're going to use our 2. We're going to activate our 3. Throw Dodgy another heal. We connect ourselves to the Uller. We use our 2. Chalk gets picked by Dodgy. We get ulted by Chonga. We're going to throw out our 3. Chonga's able to avoid it. We're going to connect to, it looks like the Uller again. Just falling back with our team. Throw out the kiss. Get some damage onto the Chonga. Dodgy backed, but we're going to keep Uller nice and healthy. We get some great damage onto the Mercury, and we're able to get the pick. Osiris did go down, but we were able to avenge him. It looks like the Fafnir has picked up Talisman of Energy, which is going to change what we build later on. If we take a look at the enemy team composition, they have 3 magical characters and 2 physical characters. Uller's tussling, but we have enough money for Spear of Desolation, so we're going to back and pick that up. Spear of Desolation is going to provide us 110 magical power, 10 flat penetration, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that if you get a pick or an assist on an enemy god, you're going to reduce your abilities by 2 seconds and your ultimate by 8 seconds.
On my way.
Yes.
Right now, Dodgy is the only god that is ahead of us in level,
On my way.
That came straight out
and I feel like it's because Dodgy has just been popping off this game. We're going to connect to the Dodgy, throw her a heal. Keep hanging out with her. Looks like she's just going to back anyway.
No worries.
We're going to connect with the Osiris, use our Stomp, get the kiss, throw out a 3. And Chalk goes down.
It is not possible. Rupa, attack fire soul, attack Gold Fury.
If we can, we want to try to use our 2 whenever the enemy is below 50% health. That's really going to increase its damage. Mercury's tussling. He dashes away.
Enemies in left jungle. Your middle tower is under attack.
While we were going for our red and potentially going for Gold Fury, we saw Mercury, and we forgot to go back to lane and clear the minion wave. So there's minions at our tower. We're just going to go ahead and clear this next wave.
Be right back.
We miss our kiss. That's going to be a long cooldown.
Whoopsies.
Enemy missing left.
Chalk does have Pestilence. We're going to use our back off to get him to go away from us and get us outside of his slow range. We're going to go ahead and clear this wave in mid, and then rotate to the team fight. Throw our heal onto the dodgy. Looks like we connected with the chalk. We use our 2, and we're able to push him back towards us. We're going to use our ultimate. Throw our heal onto the dodgy. We used our 2. Dodgy's able to get a double. We're going to link up with this Osiris now. Cast our 3. Use our 2. And Fafnir is able to get the pick onto the Poseidon. Chronos is able to get the pick onto the Uller. That's a Chronos ultimate. He's running back into jungle. We're going to connect to the Osiris, throw him a heal, and then we should just push mid.
Middle lane.
Ultimate is now.
An enemy has been slain.
Throw Osiris a heal, then connect to the dodgy. We're basically just juggling between teammates, trying to heal everyone. So Spear of Desolation is going to put us at 20% cooldown reduction. It's going to give us a little bit of flat penetration, which is going to help our damage output on the squishies. And it also provides us a large amount of power. Its passive is pretty handy. The Greatest Scorpion is going to enhance our speed and blue if it's on this side of the map. The enhanced blue buff is going to go from 10% cooldown reduction to 20% cooldown reduction. And then the speed is going to go from whatever speed it provides to an additional 5% movement speed.
No worries.
We're going to go ahead,
Take left lane.
gank left lane right here.
On my
We want to connect with someone before the fight. We get the stun, we're going to activate our 3, activate our 2, that's his ultimate. Now that we've baited that out, we should be able to apply some high pressure. Dodgy comes in. We get the stun, activate our 3, and Dodgy's able to get the pick. Fafnir goes down, we're going to rotate in. Dodgy uses her ultimate. She gets 2, we're going to activate our 3, get some good damage. Chalk uses his hammer, we're going to activate our 2, we're able to get the pick onto the Mercury. We're going to use our ultimate to buy Osiris a little bit more time. We're going to activate our 3, we're able to connect onto 1, we're able to get a double kill. We're going to get the stun off, we're going to activate our 2, we're able to get a triple kill. Now it's just the Chalk left, we're keeping Dodgy alive, we throw out the 3. We miss our stun. Osiris is pretty weak, unfortunately he goes down. We're going to activate our 2, and we're able to get a quadra kill. Unfortunately, we did lose Osiris, but we were able to keep Dodgy alive. The team does not want to celebrate with me, which is a little unfortunate. Pretty darn nice play. We're probably going to have to trade this damage with Dodgy in just a moment. Cooler rotates in, so it should be a lot quicker. We have 4,000 in the pocket, so we're going to want to back here after we get our red buff.
Be right back.
Next, we're going to want to pick up Rod of Asclepius. Rod of Asclepius is going to provide us 90 magical power, 200 health, and 7% movement speed. Movement speed is always nice to have. Allied gods within 70 units are going to have their healing increased by 20%, I believe. Right now, we're debating on what to buy. Since we saw that one of our teammates already had Talisman of Energy, we're thinking that we want to go into a magical defense item. That leaves Genji's Guard and Bulwark of Hope. I'm leaning towards Bulwark of Hope this game. If we fall below a certain health threshold, we're going to gain a shield. That's going to be very handy. The healing on Rod of Asclepius is increased by 20%. Was able to just confirm real quick. So that's going to help our heals. We're waiting for Chalk to hammer in. We're able to tag him with our 3. If the enemy team had 3 physical characters, we would want to go into the item that provides physical protections. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Whenever you heal somebody, they get the physical protections and you get physical protections. Or we would go into something else physical. Bit of tussling going on. We're going to connect to the Fafnir. We're going to activate our 3 as soon as we can. Dodgy goes down. That's a Poseidon ultimate. We use our 2. We're going to use our ultimate to get Fafnir a little bit more time. Osiris is able to get the pick onto 1. Fafnir is able to get the pick onto 1. Then activate our 3. Keep healing the Fafnir. Try to keep him super healthy. We use our 2. We're going to activate our 3. And we're able to get the pick onto the Poseidon. We're going to connect to the Uller. Use our 2. And we're able to get the pick onto the Chronos. Get ourselves a nice little double. We're going to connect to the Fafnir. We're all pretty weak. That is a nice Mercury ult. He connects on to 4 of us. We're going to use our 2 to get him off of us. We're going to go ahead and fall back here. Probably not too much we're going to be able to do. I think between the 3 of us, we could get the Fire Giant, but our team is not interested, which is a shame.
That's not good.
We do have enough money for our Bulwark of Hope.
Enemies incoming.
This little gadget is a lifesaver.
Some good damage onto the Changa.
Retreat. Be right back.
If they have healing on their team, I don't think it's worth us going into the Divine Rune and picking up anti-heal. I think it's better to just keep stacking our healing. So we picked up the Bulwark of Hope. The Bulwark of Hope is going to provide us 60 magical protections, 250 health, and 20% crowd control reduction. It has a passive that when you take damage and are below 40% health, you gain a shield with health equal to 150 plus 10 per player level. So 350 at level 20 for 20 seconds, and it can only occur once every 60 seconds. The 20% crowd control reduction is going to be helpful. If we get stunned by Chronos for 1 second and we have 20% crowd control reduction, we're only going to be stunned for 0.8 seconds. Does not look like anyone's going to come contest this Fire Giant. Oh no. Chalk did. He's a little out of position. Unfortunately, we did not save the Uller. We want to connect to somebody before using our 3. We're going to connect to this Fafnir, throw out our 3, get the damage onto the Chalk, maybe even one other behind him. Dodgy goes in, Osiris is able to get a pick. We're going to go ahead and use our beads just because we want to stay in this fight. We get our 3 off just shy of being able to get the damage onto the Changa.
A two-run homer.
That's a 1 for 3 pick in our favor. Dodgy goes in, is able to get another. It is just the Chronos left. We should be able to get this tower. We're going to connect to the Osiris, throw him a heal. Since he's taking all the damage, we're just going to go ahead and keep healing him whenever we can.
Ultimate is down.
I think we should go for the Phoenix on right, but our team wants to go for the end, which is a little bit more aggressive, but I also think that we can get it. It's a Mercury ultimate. We're going to connect to the Osiris, throw out a 3. Dodgy's able to get the pick onto 1. We're going to activate our 2, get some damage onto the Titan, throw out our 3. And I believe we're going to be able to close this out right here. Dodgy goes in, almost gets another pick, but Poseidon uses Aegis. Oh, she does get it anyway. And we're able to secure the victory. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.